Today is moving day and we're going from one campsite to the next, and we're going to show you exactly what that takes.
Hey adventurers, I'm Jackie.
And I'm Joseph.
And we are RV Adventures with Pets.
And on our channel, we talk about what it's like to live, work, and play full-time in an RV with 4 cats and a dog.
And today, we'll show you what it takes to break down the RV so that we can safely move from one campsite to another.
We're going to go inside the coach and show you the prep that it takes inside, as well as outside, what it takes to get this rig ready for the road.
So normally when we're not filming, I would be inside taking care of all the interior stuff, and Joseph would be outside doing all the dirty work, so thank you for that. But we're going to film it and show you what it takes. We've done this so many times, so we do have our routine down. If you're brand new to it, you might want to make a checklist to make sure you don't miss anything.
So let's get started.
Okay, so the first thing I do is take down the little cat lounge that we set up for the boys. So I'm just going to do that. And we do have a full video on the cat lounge. Oh, that was Jacques. He got scared. And we normally leave 2 baskets up here for the boys. They do like to travel in that. All right, after that, what I normally do is put away my Ninja Foodie. This is my baby. We don't use the stove or the oven here. Everything we cook, I cook in this Ninja Foodie. And it rides right in here in the sink. Collapsing this little portable table. This is our lovely massage chair that I'm just gonna push over to hold everything in place. Just gonna put away this collapsible table. This is how the boys get in and out of the catio, but I'm gonna put it away. Move this over. And now I have space for all of these here. And then what I usually do next is take out this travel crate. McAllister and Jack likes to travel in this crate, so I set it up for them. Super easy to set up. And this sits here. I also need to turn my chair around for traveling. This sits right behind my chair. Got my trusty little step stool. I'm gonna put all of my mugs away because I definitely don't want these guys to fall down brick. I love these cups. Just stick them right in here with the rest of my dishes. And I have a bag full of foams and stuff like that I use to wedge in between my cups and whatnot, so that when we go down the road they don't rattle and break. Joseph and I are vegan, so we eat a lot of salads and we love our vinegars. Just put them wherever I have space for them. And I'm gonna do the same thing using, these are just shelf liners. To make sure they don't rattle and break. So now that everything is good and ready, I'm gonna go and eyeball all the children, make sure they're good. So we have baby Cal looking at their favorite hiding spots, checking the catio.
Yep.
So I'm gonna actually close the catio to make sure we know where McAllister is. Frosty's right there. Captain is in his basket. I found Jock. He's in the bedroom.
All right.
So all the cat boys are accounted for. So we're going to close up the slider. And I'm actually going to take the camera from Joseph. And Joseph is pushing in the slider as he's watching that corner. And I'm watching this corner. And that is it. The interior of the house is almost ready for travel. So I usually coffee machine sideways like this. Push it up against the faucet. That usually hold it well enough for travel, but I don't know what I did to the lid. There we go. And then we have this clearly filter water pitcher that I stick right in the sink, along with our paper towel. Stick them wherever I can. Regrowing scallions. Pro tip right here: if you use scallion and you cut the part you use, put the rest of it in water and it regrows. Pretty cool stuff. And also, we're gonna put away the cat food dish. I've forgotten a few times, and as you can imagine, rolling down the road, everything kind of fall everywhere. So, I'm just gonna pull it back in the bowl or their food container. And our storage space, if you haven't seen our previous video, we built this 3-story cat cafe that has storage and litter box and lounging area that baby's using. Okay, that is pretty much it.
So it's really important that you have a pair of work gloves for the outside jobs, and a place where you keep them so you can grab them whenever you need them, because once you get outside, things get pretty dirty. Okay, it's time to clean up the lounge area outside. I don't know what we call this, the
Lounge area.
lounge area. We got a couple of anti-gravity chairs here.
So now we're gonna take down this catio. And if you're not familiar with our catio, we actually have a full how-to video that again we'll link down in the description below. But let's go ahead and take it down.
Okay, everything's packed away. Okay, so our coach has 2 bays. One is primarily electrical. The other is water related. That's pretty typical on these types of coaches. We're going to take care of draining the storage tanks here and put that away, and then put everything else into storage in that bay over there. So you can see we've already got the Stinky Slinky connected here to our sewer outlet. We're going to start by draining the gray tank, which is just like the sink water and that kind of stuff. It's the cleaner water of the storage tanks to make sure everything's working well on the hose. And I slow that one down a bit to drain the black tank. And that's your sewage. To make sure I've got a clear indicator here so I can tell when things are flowing. Just make sure there's nothing leaking along this route. And I keep both of those valves open a little bit to encourage proper flow. Now while that's draining, I've got an opportunity to disconnect the fresh water source here. And so I need to take pressure off the system by going to the tank fill position and then turning the water off. That releases the pressure. Black tank is done, and you finish rinsing your hose with the gray tank, which is the cleaner water, soapy water and stuff. I can disconnect the fresh water source. Close that up. And by holding this higher than the rest of the hose, it's going to automatically create a vacuum or a suction to drain the water from the hose.
Still just waiting for is that the gray tank?
Yeah.
The gray tank to empty. I've never watched Joseph do this before.
We've got about 100 gallons of gray tank on here, so it can take a while to drain that. Our black tank is 45 gallons, and our freshwater tank is about 100 gallons as well. A lot of times you want to make sure you top off your freshwater tank before you disconnect the freshwater source, but we're only going about 2 hours away today, and I've got about 90% tank filled in there, so I didn't bother to top it off. Okay, that's probably good enough drain for today. You can disconnect this hose. Be real careful now to put your cap back on here, just in case those valves leak. You don't want anything leaking out of your coach as you go down the road. We're just going to drain the hose and collapse it as we go.
That thing's pretty nifty.
Yeah, this helps guide the hose down to the sewer connection, so you get a positive flow all the time, and works really nice. That's pretty much it for the water compartment. Close that up. Okay, finally we're going to turn off the circuit breaker here, which turns the power off. Disconnect. It's really important to disconnect all your adapters, which are expensive to repurchase if you need to. We got the electric car plugged in here too, so I'm gonna take care of that. Lots of cords and hoses in RV life.
And then you're gonna do what?
Start it up and air up the suspension and drop the jacks. We'll do the jacks first here. Front jacks.
It's always exciting when we drop the jacks. The whole house rattles. So while Joseph is doing his last minute stuff, getting ready to go, I'm going to do another head count. Even though I did a head count earlier, I want to always make sure that we see all the boys before we take off Frosty. Hi, Captain. You ready to go? Oh, baby Cal is taking his bath, getting ready to go. McAllister up there. Jacques is hiding right there in the cat cafe, looking out the window. Besides what we did to break down the coach, what else do you do before we leave?
Always check the tire pressure in all the tires, including those that are on a trailer or your towee if you've got a towed vehicle, just to make sure you don't have any problems rolling down the road.
So I'm in a Tesla just following Joseph out to the main entrance where we have our tow trailer waiting for us. And once we're there, I'm going to show you the hookup.
Hey, we had planned on showing you how we hook the car trailer up to the coach on the way out of the campground, but it was so incredibly busy there, it just wasn't safe to be trying to film that and do the job at the same time.
So my job after we tie Sylvia down is to make sure everything is tied down, make sure everything looks good. Checking these connections here, make sure they're all there. Nice and tight. This is what we use to communicate. It's been working really well for us. So Joseph is gonna head in and we're gonna do a light check and then we're headed out.
Four-way light. Left turn signal. Right turn signal.
Go ahead and head out and I'll catch up with you at the front. This is where Frosty rides. We have a folding saucer chair that we put right in front of my chair and he loves it. We are at the new site right now and setting it up is just the reverse of everything that we did with the takedown. So from the start of the breakdown to the time we were actually on the road, it took us an hour and a half.
Take it down, put it up. Take it down, put it up. Kind of life on the road.
So we hope you enjoy our little breakdown video today.
If you liked the video, leave some comments for us down below and give us a thumbs up.
If you haven't subscribed to our show yet, be sure to click on the subscribe button and click on the bell right next to that so you don't miss a single episode. All right, adventurers, until next time, happy adventuring.